Hey guys, welcome back to the Coon Hub. Today we're going to go in on the delusional thinking of overweight women and the absolutely hypocritical standards they have for men, but never for themselves. For example, Lizzo sliding into Chris Evans' DM in a desperate attempt to get with a good-looking guy. But guys, you should know that women have an unrealistic sense of entitlement. Well, they shouldn't be entitled to begin with, but they are. For a chick like Lizzo to be going after a guy that almost every woman would want proves how delusional some can be. Do you think she'll ever give a guy her size the time of day? That is never gonna happen. They want the very same men beautiful and fit women can get. Another thing is a total lack of accountability when they get caught doing weird things. In this message to Chris, she wrote, "No shame in a drunk DM. God knows I've done worse on this app." Now, if you're a man and you can't see this lie for what it is, then you probably need to come back down to earth. You've been away too long. Women will always find something to blame their failed advances on, and the usual victim is alcohol. Weird. Why is getting intoxicated the boost a woman needs to say what's on her mind? I'll tell you why. It's their fear of rejection. It's very difficult for a woman to tell a man how she really feels about him because she wants to be the one who is desired. The chase gets her motors running. So blaming these advances on alcohol is their way of saying, I would never do that if I was sober, that wasn't me. Lizzo is one of many influencers in the body positivity movement, but after getting caught doing this, she knew it was coming.
So I've been working out consistently for the last 5 years. I'm working out to have my ideal body type. And you know what type that is? None of your business, because health is not just determined on what you look like on the outside.
If this was true, you wouldn't see the need for a jump rope now, would you? But this is how hypocritical a lot of women are. Today they'll say, I'm beautiful just the way I am, but tomorrow they're trying to look like a model. Because of course, deep down they know the truth. Guys are not and never will be attracted to overweight women. The handful of men that feeds women this nonsense, we know that they do it because of a lack of options, something they'll never admit to while scraping for leftovers.
Health is also what happens on the inside, and a lot of y'all need to do a cleanse for your insides. Namaste, have a great day.
So immature. It's like they never got out of high school. A lot of these women today are so afraid of showing their faces in public because they're so afraid that someone's gonna look at them and start laughing. And they also look for this because it's already in their head. Now this nonsense is what they resort to in an attempt to preserve their self-esteem.
Describe your body for me.
Curvy, voluptuous, carefree, and just big and
Jenny,
beautiful.
what about you? How do you think your body is viewed here in Australia?
Oh, well, I think that there tends to be a perception that fat is linked with, illness, undesirability, perhaps laziness.
Not in all cases, but the majority. You're just not moving as much as you eat. No one was born with these conditions. It's something you can help.
Gluttonous, those kinds of words.
How do you feel in yourself about your size?
Well, it's changed over the years. And I mean, one of my earliest memories is my mother going to a weight loss group and taking me along. I was just colouring it in the corner, and she put on weight that week, so she had to wear a pig snout and sing a piggy song in that group. So I suppose an early memory.
How old were you when you were
About 4 or 5. And she was just trying to do the right thing in her eyes by dieting, going to a weight loss group.
The thing about changing your diet, you also have to be willing to stick with the nutrition list required, but being patient for their own well-being, something that is not on the to-do list for a lot of these people. They'd rather sit and watch others get results on Instagram than actually picking up a jump rope and getting those same results for themselves.
Have you been to the doctors and they've told you that you're healthy?
Well, I think that's quite a loaded question because I don't think anyone here who's thin is going to be asked that.
That is never a question they can answer straightforward. The argument will always be flipped into what privileges people who are in shape have. They'll never admit they don't want to do the work. They just want to be accepted as what they are. And if you don't, then you're a terrible person. But I'm sorry, shaming tactics are long dead.
The prevailing things that are happening here is that what I'm hearing is this intense sort of discussion around self-hatred and when you're in a bigger body. And I wanted to ask people, like down the front there, you who's 20, is your life better? Are you happier? Is everything better now that you're slightly smaller than you were before? I mean, I think one of the things
let's get an answer to the question. Are you?
Absolutely. And I'm not a little bit smaller, I'm a lot smaller.
Reality check.
I did do research into everything. I can still have kids, and that may not have happened if I had stayed the size I was.
Facts don't care about your
My
feelings.
question to you is, can you honestly say that you are 100% happy and healthy? Like, you have no medical conditions whatsoever, you have no problems at all with your health at your weight as compared to...
Can we have an answer? No. The question's been asked. What's the answer?
I think it's really interesting that I feel like I need to justify my existence in this room.
No, but
right
hang on a
now.
minute. You asked her to justify her decision.
I
And
asked
she's
her if she was
asking-
happy. I didn't ask her to justify what her health issues now or if there is any.
But have you got any health issues?
No, I'm perfectly happy.
I'd love to know, like, what do you see as healthy with eating?
Yeah, it's interesting that you've just assumed that I eat bad food because of
No,
my
I know. I'd love to
size.
know, because if you're really healthy, do you have any joint issues, or so you're
I
completely...
swim 2.5 kilometres a day. I walk, I exercise all the time. I am in a synchronised swimming team, and I really resent the fact that I have to actually justify my existence and my ability to live in the world in a bigger body in a
But
way
we're
that I'm
all
happy
talking
with.
about
That was just pure ignorance. Is that how we answer questions these days?
What I'm
an
talking about
unreasonable-
is surgery, and we haven't actually talked about the possibility that you can actually live in your life.
No, but we
in
have.
this body.
We have talked about that. But all I'm saying is that a question to anyone about what they eat in the context of this program, anyone in this room, is perfectly reasonable.
I think those questions have been asked a lot, and I guess what we're saying is that there are other ways to frame a discussion about fat, not just about health. And also, I do think that it's problematic that you're asking individual people, are you healthy? Because even
I'm
a
not
fat
asking
person,
anyone if they're healthy.
Well, not necessarily you.
Someone,
but
no. Hang
but
on,
a
don't
fat-
put words in my mouth.
Well,
Don't
can I
put
ask you a
words in
question?
my
I want to
mouth.
know what I ate.
Because Julius asked, sorry, I don't know your
Jenny.
name, but Julius asked you before, Jenny, what you ate, and you avoided the answer.
No,
And
I
then
answered
like,
the question differently.
But you're saying
by
you're
saying,
healthy. I want to know, like,
No,
if you're healthy, I want to know.
I said that I wouldn't answer that question because I
Why?
felt
Why?
that a lot of thin people would not be asked that question. We're being asked to justify an existence.
Well, I'll tell you what
And
I eat. I'm quite
will
comfortable to tell you what I eat every single day.
I'll just finish my statement, and that is that I think this conflation of fat and health is one thing, but another thing is whether a fat person's healthy or not is not necessarily the primary question that I think we should focus on.
Of course not. Never focus on the real problem. What I find funny though is the look on their faces when the medical bills come around. You can always lie to an audience, but you can't lie to your MD. And it's often when told that their life is in jeopardy by being the size they are is when these people really look into themselves. Watch this correspondent destroy this destructive narrative.
Let's say you're a smoker and have black lungs, and you try to say that's healthy because you don't have cancer yet. We know that it is actually factual that obesity is dangerous, and it's connected to cancer, stroke, Alzheimer's. We even know it's connected to an increase in birth defects.
Fact.
So there's nothing left to debate.
She's absolutely right. These people just can't stand criticism. They want all the same perks, but none of the work. But I'm sorry. This is why egalitarian systems will always have problems. Anyway, this is gonna be it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, and share, and I'll see you on the next one. Be well.